Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is gonna be my 10th busted habitat, so I don't know. I got kinda bored. I haven't really streamed Astroneer in a while because they haven't really added. I mean, the last update was great, don't get me wrong, get a better idea of what resource stuff is gonna be like soon. And it's just tough because we're all really excited, and then they come out with this video and they're like, hey, here's the deal. And they showed off that Terrain 2.0 is just going to be absolutely amazing. Almost so much of a dramatic change that it almost makes it feel like it's not really worth playing, because here I am in the world and I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore. Of course, I've been playing for, over 1,300 hours. I'd probably say like 100 or so of that was idle time when I was doing something else, but you get past that 1,000 hour mark and you're already kind of like, I don't know anymore. But it's just, you, I'm just so stuck in this world, and it's going to be so different and so much more amazing, and I doubt I'm going to miss anything from this iteration, but you never know. There's always missing the sandbox simplicity of it, but I mean, maybe that'll be an option in the future. Like, hey, do you want to go back to, version 10.2 or 010.2 or, 08 point something, or, do you want to see a time before the rover update, before the power system update? It's been a lot of big changes. I've only been playing since February, but of this year. But the game has been in early access now, and as an alpha game, of course, for almost 2 years. And it's funny watching people in the forums talk about, oh, they need to add animals and guns, and it's just like, dude, where have you been? Like, I get it, it's an alpha game, so there's probably nobody's heard of it, but what if you played like 20 minutes and you want to tell, you're going to make a suggestion that people have been making for the last 2 years, and they're just like, that's not what we're looking to do. There might be animals and critters and stuff trying to kill you in the future, but this isn't going to be a guns kind of game. This isn't going to be a run and gun shoot 'em up. This isn't going to be, it's rare that stuff chases you. The only thing that chases you right now is rocks getting hurled by a storm, and, you know, the system in the future might not even need an AI for that tracking you. It might just be like, hey, this region where you're at is going to get shit bombed. You better take cover. And you either do or you don't. But right now it's like the rocks come straight at you. And that's like the only thing that's aggressively coming at you ever. And people complain about the storms. They're just like, all it does is make you sit still for 2 minutes while the storm passes. It's so stupid. They should get rid of it. And it's like, no. The storms are a beautiful thing. This, it gives you time to collect your thoughts. It gives you time to think about what you're doing, to pause for a minute. It endangers you to suffocate, because you move so much slower and you can't see where you're going. And it's like, do I drop the thing I'm trying to carry? Like, I have to dig underground. Do I drop the thing now, or do I try to keep it with me? I don't know. Oh, the storms are stupid. It's like, no, dude, they're not. The storms aren't dumb at all. Go play something where things chase you around. Get off my ass here. Stop trying to turn this into a different game. Plus the fact that people are criticizing it now when we're like 2 years later, 2 months away from the final update, before it's a real, or we're a month away from the final update before the 1.0 launch, and then boom, real game time. We don't even know what it's going to be. They've been so hush hush, so secretive. People think that, oh, there's just going to be, tasks to do. Like, you'll have to go find a thing that's hidden on this other planet, and you'll have to figure out how to go track it down and bring it back, and then you'll get an achievement for it. And it's like, come on, give them a little more credit than that. Like, these guys have been through, not my place to talk about it, but These guys, they've lost a friend of theirs who was one of the founding members. He passed away very early into the game, and they had a vision and they didn't want to let it go. And it would have been easy to say, you know what, this is too hard to work on. We lost our friend, and it's just like we kind of feel lost now. And he was part of the vision, and he's not going to be there. So how do we even know we're going to do this right without him? His voice is part of it. But these are good people. They're smart people. They're strong people. Obviously, they've overcome that and lots of other stuff, and they're determined to share this vision, this piece of art with the world. And it's just funny and when I say funny, I don't mean like, hey, I can't wait to tell this in my stand-up class kind of funny, but it's just odd when people come in not knowing anything about the game, and you can see them in the forum, their profiles like, oh, they've been playing for 2 whole hours, and they have this wild opinion on everything that needs to change in this game. And it's like, dude, you don't even realize like 1,000 people, literally 1,000 people, have already made these suggestions. You don't even check to see if other people have already made these discussions. You might be really just obnoxious. It comes off as really obnoxious. And I had opinions about the game and stuff they could do, and I looked to see if the conversation about those specific things had already been had. Like, what if you're hanging around doing your thing, blah 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 blah, you're building your base up, and you go out, run an errand, and you don't realize that this, you know, not necessarily intelligent, but living blob has come and set up shop in your base. Like, nothing huge, just like, it's just like this thing like this big, and it's feeding off your energy just the tiniest little bit, but it's getting bigger from feeding off your energy, and it's stealing it. It's stealing it from your research and your projects. And maybe you don't even notice it right away, and it's just like casually hanging out like, hey, bub, thanks for the juice. And then it's growing because it's feeding off of you. And people are like, no, that's dumb. That's silly. That's dumb. And I'm just like, you don't even know. That sounds like the coolest thing in the world to me. Didn't get any support for that. I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be a neat thing, like, hey, no anti-complacency, because it seems like that's what the obstacles are in this game. Like, sure, there's fall damage and you can suffocate, and that keeps you pretty well in check, sure. But when it comes to things like the storms and the pink spikers that kill you, and some things that explode when you hit them with your with your tool, it's anti-complacency. It keeps you from getting into too much of a routine. They want to catch you off guard. They want to catch you napping, and then bam. It's like an episode of Star Trek when they're all hanging out, goofing around, like, oh, we're lost in the Delta Quadrant, or we're just going on this, peaceful mission. Everything sounds really mundane, and of course your brain's going, something's got to go wrong because this is not an episode. This is a story that they talk about. They're showing me stuff that should have happened behind the scenes before an episode. So something's about to happen. The lid's gonna blow off. And then boom, some ion storm or Cardassian or you know whatever it is comes along and is just like, hey, so much for your complacency. Time for a challenge. And that's your storms. That's your pink spikes and explodey things and whatnot. Well, there it is, folks. That is my 10th busted habitat, and I put a broken one over here away from the other broken ones. I've got 6 complete ones, 4, well, not complete. I've got 4 completely demolished ones and 6 kind of demolished ones, and that's my collection so far. I brought one of those white cylinder ships home, but man, is that a pain. I brought one of those solar panels home. Those are pretty easy. They're actually, beneficial. I think I'm going to go back for that other one. There was another big cylinder thing, and my graphics were glitching, and it was really slow and painful to watch, and I wasn't able to really get it to move much at all. I think I'm going to take a second crack at it. But I'm pretty sure I put together the resources to build another rover, so I'm going to go with 2 flat empty rovers versus the one with the storage on it. Because I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to do the thing. I want to be able to get stuff up on top of the platforms and be able to drive it. But No, I'm gonna try it with this one. Because the problem I had trying to stretch things across two cars was that it was undrivable. And it may work better if I have two flat cars and then don't winch it to the driving car, because it was pulling the driving car to the side, so I couldn't steer. I couldn't even get any momentum. Um, I guess you saw the same thing was happening with that habitat back there a little bit, and I managed to straighten it out. I don't know if I started broadcasting before that. Oh, oh, whoo, barely cleared that gap. I was inches away. Mere centimeters from devastation. Yep. Alright. I've been really enjoying this Infinix, the SmogTech Infinix. Shameless plug for SmogTech, not getting paid for it. Hopefully they're not mad that I'm talking about it. But it's an electronic cigarette, and it's a smaller one, you know. It's still bigger than the ones that look like cigarettes. But it's certainly not the Pocket Rocket mods, or Big Obnoxious Box mods, or Frilly Dilly. It's super simple, super easy to use, super satisfying. But SmogTech also has one called a Rolo Badge, or whatever, I guess, Rolo Shield, Rolo Badge, same thing. Um, and apparently it doesn't have as much internal leaking as this one does. Now, if I were using an incredibly strong nicotine, then I could totally understand, you know, one or two puffs here and there, not letting the thing get very hot. Honestly, this thing just needs higher resistant coils, because it puts out plenty of vapor for me. I get that a lot of people, they want as much vapor as possible, but that's not what this device is for. It's low-key, low-tech. You can usually buy a kit for 20-30 bucks. They're on sale online, and I bought mine through Element Vape. I think it's called elementvape.com is the website. Let me check. Yeah, elementvape.com. If you're under 18, don't get one, because that's not cool. But yeah, Element Vape, they've been selling the kits for this and the Rolo Badge for like less than 20 bucks. There's a little bit of shipping, but if you spend enough and you don't mind waiting, I think it's like if you spend 50 bucks. So, you know, they got a lot of different flavors to choose from. Buy some extra coils or something like that, and it knocks the shipping down. Otherwise, it's like, I don't know, 25 bucks for the whole kit, you know, just for the device and a couple of extra pods. And it's neat. I like it a lot. It makes me super happy. Cigarettes are dumb, right? Cigarettes are dumb. Yeah. Anywho, off of that, back to Astroneer. Man, that latest video they showed, planet cut in half. Woo, buddy, that got me going. It got me really excited. They're reworking the way caves work, not just modifying the system, but it's a whole new system. Whatever it is, like that, you know, decides, hey, here's some mountains, and here's some caves under the mountains, and here's some caves out in the middle of the field. There's a cave that just kind of picks up out of nowhere, and you know, it's all really neat. But sometimes the algorithms don't quite communicate. You'll end up, you know, you'll have a cave that develops through this, but it's only like this deep. You know, the rest of the cave is the air, and you'll have stuff that belongs in the caves out here, which of course is interesting, but it's a little weird. That gets kinda awkward. You know, the cave just keeps going instead of terminating when it hits the surface. And apparently, not only is that not going to be an issue, but the caves are going to look different. The mountains are going to look different. The plains and the fields and the resource placement. It's all going to be a lot less, here is a thing, here is another thing, and a lot more, here is stuffs. Here are the stuffs. Enjoy our stuffs. It's so fun. Oh yeah, I have to change the color of my vehicle beacon because I don't want to get lost and think that it's just one of my navigation beacons. Fixed locations always flash red. And when you're like, hey, a rover's not a fixed location, it's like, yeah, but the only time I need a beacon for the rover is when I'm not sitting in it. And if I'm not sitting in it, it's pretty static. There's not a whole lot that's going to move your rover when you're not sitting in it. Yeah, a storm could come along and move it a little, but God, I hope they let us have control over the parking brake in the future. If not, whatever. Um, People are like, a storm blows through and I jump in the seat in my rover to protect me from it, but then my car blows away. And I'm like, dude, all you have to do is put your seat up here and it doesn't unlock your rover. You can't drive it from up here. It's technically not connected. It's just sitting there. But you're still protected. I'm still protected from it. I'm still getting air through the tether. It's all gravy. And if that doesn't work and the rover still blows away, just take the chair off of it and put it on the ground and it still works. Oh no, see, it unlocked it. It did unlock it. See, that's what people are upset about. You get in the rover to protect yourself from the storm, and the storm takes your rover and throws you into a cave. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's pretty easy to dig out. It can be a little tedious to dig yourself out of things, and people get really upset. They're like, it takes me 20 minutes to dig out of a thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you're doing it wrong. Nobody told you. You have to get, like, if I didn't have those angles to work with that I just used on that wall to pull this ramp out, then I would have to come back here, and you go bat, 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 until your hole's deep enough that you have a nice angle, maybe one more little bit here. And see, that kind of points toward the rover, so I just go whap, like so. And I dig all the way out from under it. Now I'm going way overboard, because I want to make an example here. This is how you dig out. Oh, my kingdom for a turbo mod when I'm trying to explain things to people, because the pacing's so off. Anyway, you go all the way under the vehicle, and then you dig out everything above like so to get cleared out. Let me get some power here so I at least have the wide mod active. Make sure there's no debris in the air. Any floating dirt could stop your vehicle from moving, because dirt floats. There's gravity in this world, but boy, is that dirt not affected by it. There was a bridge there. There's a bridge there the whole time. Oh wait, I just made that bridge. I'm a ding dong. Sorry, I took 2 seconds to type out a message and forgot everything I just did. There we go. Of course, I'm not. Ooh, I'm not here to collect these resources. I'm here to take the whole ship. That's why we'll leave the resources on there. Hopefully, using the wide mod, it won't leave any particles of dirt around. Because if you leave even one particle of dirt too close to this thing, it won't move. And it can get trapped between the layers of the ship itself where you can't really see it. And you'd have to, you know, sit here and go, oh, well, maybe it's right here. So you fill it in, hope that it covers the piece, and then demolish it again, and it should eradicate that piece of dirt. So you don't have to go hunting for it. All it takes is one little floating bit of dirt that you can't see, and the whole thing just sticks. Or if you don't bore the walls out far enough away from it, they don't even have to really be touching it. They could just be a little too close. Like around here, that's too close. Should almost be there. Extremities count for the proximity of the dirt. Alright, let's check out the front. Looks like that's a little too close. Let's carve it out a little bit more. And a little bit more. That's obviously in it. Alright, we're there. Now, it's really funny how my gravity gloves can apply more force via the winch than the vehicle can. But rather than complain about it now, let's just wha-bam. Get this out of here. Try to get it up on top here. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Ah! No, don't let go. No! Right back into the hole. Ow. 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 Yeah. Oh, it detached. Too aggressive. Too aggressive. Alright, let's... Boom. Hey, it stayed. That's amazing. That usually takes like 5 tries to get it to sit on top of it. Alright, so we're going to lift it up. Am I zoomed out all the way? Can I not zoom out all the way? It's not going to let me because I'm engaged. Okay, but I still need it out of the hole. Thank you. Muchos. Alright, I've never tried it quite like this before. Where's my other winch? Is it inside? It is. It's inside. Let's see if it'll let me get up in here. No, not like that. I'd have to wiggle it around again. Great. Just when I was on the right spot. Hey, what's over here? Hey, look, a distraction. So not a habitat here? Oh, I already took that one. I've been here before. Oh, wait. Window to the winch. There it is. Okay, let's disengage it. And then... Come on, let me grab it. What's your beef? drive it out a little bit and see what we're dealing with here. Oh, the wheels are getting stuck. I'm bugging it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Getting stuck on this clay. That's not okay. Wait, I could have swore I attached that other winch. Where'd it go? Did I lose a winch? Hello? ¿Dónde está el winch? I had 4. It's kind of important. Huh. Well, at risk. Oh, there it is. I put it. Okay. Let that go. No wonder I was moving so easy. Why? Why did you grab that one? Wasn't even close to the cursor. Alright, here we go. Here we go. We're moving. We're moving. We're gonna kill ourselves with this ship. Nope, I lined up in the hole. Whoa, cursor went off the screen. The joys of an unlocked cursor on a dual screen setup. Alright, it's up. Okay. I'm gonna make this work somehow. Although I have the distinct dread that this isn't gonna move at all. But we're gonna try. I'm gonna try it. Tempted to just hook them all to the center bar there. But I feel like that's not gonna be the thing I want either. Alright. It's off the ground. I doubt it'll stay that way. But let's see if we can move. No? No move. I need the lawnmower mod to get rid of this clay. I have a feeling I'm about to sink my wheels. Yep. Just a little out from under should be enough. I think we're mobile. If this doesn't work, I have to give up on the big white cylinders until I have a figure out the proper vehicle for it. Did they ever find a successful vehicle for Ellen Claycorn? You know, I asked the very same question. You just don't wanna. Like, can I get a rolling start down a hill, please? Ugh. Ugh. Come on. Are we moving? No. Look at the grass by the wheels. We're not going anywhere. Just kind of scooting sideways a little. I need to get off this area. I feel like I can get it away from all the nonsense that's over here. Alright, it's just laying on the ground now. Alright, well that's enough. We'll come back for you, buddy. Maybe we'll just drag you by the bar. It's really not going to let me do it, is it? I'm hoping in the 1.0 release they'll go back to letting us control the directions that things face. Wouldn't that be neat? I'd like that a lot. See, now it's, if you grab it by the bar, you get a little bit of rolling action, and you also get a lot of bouncing and crazy weirdness, but at least you can move with it, if only very slowly. And it catches up. It's like Looney Tunes, you know. It stretches out and then springs you back a little bit, and then you stretch it out and you pull it a little bit more, and then you get pulled back in, and so you have to kind of, you have to reel yourself in instead of the fish, and then try again. It's more like being the fish, but you're trying to get the fisherman who's trying to get you. And now we're bugged again. Come on, bring it around. What is this? What are you trying to do? Drive me crazy? Why you do that? Why do that? I'm gonna go full-blown brack in a minute here. Oh, they're twisted. Alright, let go. Let go. Let go. Release. Come on. Roll with me. We had such a good thing going coming around that turn, and now you're just like, nah. Alright, I'll work with you then, instead of trying to force you to go my way. I'm gonna swing around to your rolly side, and we're gonna go all the way out and around. Da dum da dum, pa da ba da bum. I think I'm gonna go back to one car. I'm just gonna go back to one rover after this. It really seems like the only way I'm gonna get enough power. I'm losing too much with this heavy front car. Okay, so we're gonna disconnect. Let's drop our graphics down. See if that doesn't help us a little bit. Still not moving, huh? It's moving a little bit. Okay, it's moving, but are we getting action? We are getting backwards action. Alright. Alright, let's do it. This is it. This is me throwing down the gauntlet on these obnoxious spaceships that I want to steal. I'm gonna run out of power doing this. Tell me, won't you tell me, then tell me again. Crystal ball. There's so many things I need to know. Crystal ball. There's so many things I gotta know. Crystal ball. Could just be a bad angle trying to pull it from the bar, but it looks like it's rolling a little. Definitely getting more action without the other car on it. That doesn't mean we're gonna get anywhere. Alright. Last chance, you jerk. Maybe my old theory was right, and one winch is the best way to tow things if you can't get them off the ground adequately. because you get more play, you know, before it snaps back. It just makes it so hard to drive straight because it's like pulling you one way because you can't control the angle. If I could control the direction of the winch where it's mounted, then I could say, hey, you know, turn to the inside. And then at least, you know, if it was facing the inside like that, it would kind of be pulling from the middle. But as soon as I put it down, it's like, nah, we're going to turn to the outside. That's the only way we're allowed to work. I'm like, that's useless. There's no center position on this vehicle to make that functional. Ugh, it's just not a perfect game yet. That's okay. It's still tons of fun, obviously. So I'll leave that tech research and that windmill out here, and maybe one day I'll come out and find it and have myself a little party, build a base around it. Crystal ball. Hey, it's one of them thingies. It's funny, you only find those far away from your base on the green zones, but they're like, oh, see, that's cave material there. That's one of the satellites. It's modeled after the Russian satellite. I don't know what it's called. I don't care. Sputnik. At Sputnik. But again, okay. Alright, well that's about all for now. I gotta go do some stuff. I just wanted to show off my ridiculous tow vehicle. I guess I'll take Sputnik back with me. Nothing else out here I really want, and I'm Can't say that I actually want Sputnik, but there it is anyway, so might as well. Come with me if you want to live. Get this guy back to base. Shouldn't be super heavy. No, it's not. It's gonna bounce around hilariously the whole time. Badoop! I'm being chased by a weird spider. Help me, help me. It's a neat looking cave. Do love the caves in this game. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they do differently with them. Okay, I don't know why I didn't do this. This thing's bouncing around so wacky. This is why there's two. So if something's gonna bounce around, at least it's gonna like not pull you sideways, which is what really slows you down. This will help keep it somewhat centered, or at least keep the sideways jerking balanced enough. And still yet, if you want to know why there's four, zoo da 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 do da 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 wow. And that should keep it from bouncing around much at all. Hopefully, there it goes. Hopefully it'll pick it up off the ground pretty well, and I won't get any interference from it. Except for, you know, the amount of lag that it causes the visuals. It looks like we're getting an okay job out of it. Congratulations on a job well done. Wow, wow. Hi. What's up, cutie? Mr. Kitty Cat came to say hello. What you need? You hungry? You bored? Lonely? Oh. He squinted so hard when I said lonely. Hey, another satellite. Come here, Mr. Kitty. Oh. Captain Fluffy Nut. Captain Fluffy. How you doing, buddy? Oh. Oh, your back's all tense. I keep telling you to quit sleeping like a dum-dum, but you just don't. You don't understand my words, so you just gonna keep doing it. Especially since you got a human here to help you out. You feel better? Poor Mr. Kitty. Alright, let's keep that one up top. Looks like someone already came after it. But they failed and were struck down. Well, I definitely don't need that, and I definitely forgot that I had Forgot that I brought tethers with me. Watch, it's gonna have a tech cube next to it, just to screw with me. Nope. I never find research on those things. So when I find one, when I don't have a spot for a research module on my... Not a module, but I don't have an empty socket for an unknown to put something on, I always just assume that's when I'm going to find it. Now, I should be south of the base. This is going to be tough to pull. I've never tried to tow one of these before. I don't usually bring stuff up from underground with a vehicle like this. This is definitely underground type salvage. So, hopefully with Terrain 2.0, they're like, hey, you know, stuff like this, it's got to be a certain distance from the surface. So, the only way you'd be able to see something out in the open like that is if it was like, you know, a 1,000-foot deep cavern or something absurd like that. But so far I found two way too close to the surface, and it's just kind of awkward. But it's still fun. I don't think it hurts the game at all. Boom, just enough power. We'll spend the rest of it doing this. Do a nice circle, or half circle, to get the width out as well as the height. Nice smooth arches. Do a turnaround real quick and make sure we're clear. That should be good. I think that's plenty of room. Hopefully these fins aren't going to be too big of an issue. If so, I'll just tether it from the long ways and drag it that way. Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to get stuck. That satellite. I don't think yeah, it's not going to go through the... Alright, so we take one of them off. Work with me here. No, absolutely not. You sick little monkey. Alright. Just a tip.